We have a box to unbox today. Another project that's come my way, hasn't broken my New Year's 2019 resolution, because this was sorted in 2018. It just arrived in 2019, so thank you very much, Dean, who sent me this. Let's see what's inside. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? We have a box with something on the top to open. What is it? Well, as you can see from the description, it is a pneumatic. Yes, Mr. Dean himself does deal in pneumatics. He had this in and asked me if I'd like it, and I said, oh, why not? Because it's, in theory, I think an older one than the 1996 Henry that I had. So we'll concentrate on this bit first because it's in the way. We have a packet of genuine paper bags. So that's nice. Not old, but not new, sort of middle-aged, possibly quite age appropriate to the machine. What else have we got? Well, if I can peel this tape off, might be a bit easier. No, it's not going to be easier. We'll just rip it apart and have a look. Ooh, we have something black. We have something from 1997. We have a Henry. From RGK Cleaning Lip, West Lothian, which makes sense because Dean is up in Scotland. This is mainly because of its motor that is in here, because the machine that is in there, as usual, needs motor work. So there we go, we have a nice motor in the form of actually quite a decent condition top. That lighting's really good. In the form of a 1997 Henry with, there's its screws, look. So that's cool. Onto the main box itself, which contains what we really want to see rather than just spare parts that we might need. Open it up. What do we have? We have some Mega Monster Munch. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's got my address on it. You don't want to see that. Oh yes, this doesn't just contain pneumatic stuff. Mr. Dean had two extension hoses. Extension hoses actually for this, for Mummy's Mac Air. We now have some extension hoses which clip on somewhere. Do they even fit it? Hang on. Oh, these may not fit, Dean. I might have said you a lie. They don't fit. Ah. They must be for a different sort of vacs then, because they do not fit. Oh, sorry about that, Dean. If you're watching this and you want them back, do say, otherwise I shall put them in the might come in handy one day box. These must be for vacs, obviously changed the hose specifications because vacs are great at doing that. Marvellous vacs. What's in here? We have a turbo power motor, which I said that I would, wow, I'm going to rebuild this for Dean because he's got a few turbo powers. That is knackered. That is utterly cream crackered in many, many ways. So there is that. What's in here? Anything in here? No, that's just bubble wrap. What's in here? Ah. This is something else. This isn't something for you to see now. We'll put that over there, out of the way. Oh. What we do have is a cable, look, with a plug. That's excellent. Because with that cable and its plug, we have, oh, and it's unscrewed as well, hang on. One of these, which is an NV200. Look, it's a new 1000 watt NV200, suitable for dry operation only, and that sticker is actually a massive pain in my bum because that's going to disappear as soon as I wash it. So I think unfortunately we're going to be losing that sticker. Now it's not in the best of shapes. Obviously I was made fully aware of that before I bought it, so that's fine. We've got a bit of damage there, look. There is a bit of a crack there, although that should glue up quite nicely once we get going. Oh, we open this up. Underneath it is pretty used, and the motor isn't. The motor is broken, and that's why I have this other one here, because they use the same motor, so I can basically make one good one out of both of those. We have an original red filter. Obviously they were red originally on pneumatics, and this is lovely. Again, very disgusting, but will clean up very well. And we have the base itself with, oh gosh, what's left of its face. I have some face kits, so when this is done we can fit one on video. In fact, actually it's in pretty good shape this. Normally the stabiliser bar is completely destroyed. That's barely got a mark on it. That's really good actually. Don't think there's ever a date code on these. Not like the newer ones, so we can't date that. Sadly all of the pneumatic writing is failing on there. It's just a sticker on these, look, so it's just peeling off, which is a bit of a shame, but we might be able to do something about it. Now there are a couple of screws left in this, which I'm going to see if we can take out and just sort of, you know, make it a bit better. I want to remove this screw, just so it can all sit together and I can lift it up by its handle and it doesn't fall apart. There we go. I've never had one this old. That looks so different to the newer style HVR200s. We have a blown suppressor, which is cool. But let me bring it down because you can't really see this. There we go, look. So we have a nice blown suppressor, which is fair enough. That only goes live. That only really connects up through there, so I don't think we need to worry about that too much. We can take that out. Here is our motor, which we need to undo some more screws, I think, to access, which is interesting. So I've never had this one apart before. I don't think we should get into that in this video here, because unlike this one, which is all nicely apart, in fact we may as well just take this out now just to get it out of the way, because it spins very nicely, although it is burns or burning out, so hopefully the armature is good on this other motor, so we can make one good motor out of two. Just get off. Really? Hang on, let me try and get this terminal off of this motor. There we are. So we have a motor from 1997 there. This motor, however, doesn't seem to have a date. Unless I'm reading it wrong. It's not going to be 2022, is it? That's for sure. I don't even know why this isn't turning. We might have a quick look. Don't want to be all day though. Take that off. Take that off. Now we can undo these 3 screws here. So this is all very different to what I'm used to. I never had one this old before. That's why I was quite excited. That's why I sold 1996 Henry, you see. Because I've got an older one coming and I don't really need 2. So 1996 Henry is sold. In fact, he should have arrived at his new home by now, though I don't think it's one of us. Oh look! So the whole wiring layer pulls off. And now we can, aha, here we go. Oh, this is very different, isn't it? This is from 1987. In fact, this is nearly as old as, it's older than me. No, that's the official. Oh, wow. So actually, that doesn't spin at all. We need to have this one apart. Now, goodness knows what's happened to it, because all of those are broken. They should be like that and have a full honeycomb. In fact, they're nearly exactly the same. In fact, if I can use this one instead of this one, I will, I think. I will need to check that though, but we'll stick with this for now. Try and put that back together. I don't actually have any tools on me, which was a little bit silly, so we cannot, this one, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look as bad as the other one. Let's take a carbon out and see what they're like. Oh, it's got the same horrible holders as 1996 Henry that I had to solder up because I broke. Bother. Oh. Well, the brush isn't stuck, so I might just leave that well alone like that, because you have to uncrimp. And I'll show you. Let me just get this back on. You have to uncrimp the carbon holder from the terminal. I have no idea why it's not spinning though. It is jammed up. Completely jammed up. So I'm going to see about this motor. I've got this one as a spare. And it does spin. But it is a completely different motor. And I would love dearly to get that one built up. In fact, let's see if we can put it back together in this, because I don't think it will. Now I think about it, because although it fits, I will have to remove these bits of plastic, which I don't really intend on wanting to do, especially not at the minute. So no, we will put that to one side. We will build it back up in here just to put it back together, just to store it until I get round to it, really. So we'll put that on there. I'm going to take a quick picture for the video thumbnail, because we all like a good video thumbnail, don't we? I do. It's part of my mission this year, is to get my video thumbnails looking a bit better. Now that has to go like that, with the carbon brushes facing across, to then go allow this to slip over. I mean, what I could, oh no, that's wrong as well, the other way around. What I could possibly do is either cut those down and use this, or see if I can cut out the whole of that and glue it into this base, but that may not work. I think I'd be better off just not bothering at all and just leaving it as it is, and obviously being careful to not turn it on when it's all unplugged. Well, when it's all plugged in and the hood's off, I should say. So there's one screw, here's two screws. Hoping I've got enough spare screws between this older hen, between both of them, to give this one its full complement. Then I can pick it up and carry it. So there's that. We'll put these back on. I didn't want to take the little thermal fuse out of its holder, because if it's rusted on and I snap it, I'd be very annoyed. Very annoyed indeed. There we go, look. So there's all that back together. We just won't plug it in yet, because if you plug it in and turn it on, I just don't, either nothing will happen, or the most horrific noise will happen, and it'll be awful. So we won't do that. There you go. It's a bit of a shame about that crack, but just putting it back like that, look, has at least levelled it up. So all we need to do is just glue up from the inside, and you won't notice that, I'll be honest. You won't notice that at all. So this slot's on there. Why is it not pushing down? What have I forgotten? Anyone? I don't think I've forgotten anything, have I? Let's, the wires aren't in their little holders there, but I wouldn't have thought that was a... there we go. Marvellous. So there's that. We have one big screw here that I can see, so I'll put you in. The problem is this flipping Henry hasn't got any screws in it either. So, oh, here's one. There's another screw, that'll do. You can go on the opposite side, so if all I can find are two, that'll be good enough. Any more, Heidi, any more? No, I don't think so. Nice handy spare cord reel there. That's always good to have. No, I have no other screws, sadly, anywhere, which is, well, apart from that one which goes on the top. So I think we need to find some screws for this. But that's not the end of the world. This bit, say, is such a shame about... I could probably get that reproduced as a sticker. In fact, if I could find somebody decent enough with, say, Photoshop, I possibly could find or get reproduced these stickers, which would actually make my day, because I always like originality whenever I can. That clips on there. We have one screw, so I can at least, you know, find an appropriate replacement screw. There's a screw at the top which has been completely stripped out, and that holds this on there like that. Try not to break it because it's quite cracked already. That'll probably have to do that. At least now I can pick it up and hold it. Put the bin, here's the bin. I might move around the box in a second. So there's the bin. I have no tools, however, so I have to start the whole process of finding another older toolkit, which I'm probably not going to do. I'll be honest. I did it with 1996 Henry. It was quite tricky. A lot of effort. I think it might just get a modern set on it because it's just easier and gets it usable. So there we go. We'll untangle the cable as best we can. Nice thick original cable though, that's always good to see. And we'll wrap the cable up in a minute. I'll do it off camera. Because we are done, we have a box of parts, I have a spare motor, because I think in theory the inside bit should work, but I don't know, I think its motor will be okay. We have the wheels. Oh, we've got a squeak. They're not very free running. But we can have a look at this quickly. I bet these are well gunked up. If you take that off there, oh, there's a dead spider. All in there, look, it needs to be cleaned up and greased, and that'll run like an absolute champion. You will. Can't call you Henry because you're not a Henry, are you? You're a Numatic. There we go. And there we go. That is this video done. We have unboxed a Numatic HVR200 from on or around the late 1980s, and he will make a lovely little project for the summer once I have all of my other stuff out of the way. And in fact, we can have a little bit of a group hug, because here I have 2007 Henry. As you can see, there's a bit of a difference between the two, although they are physically. No, Henry is bigger than Numatic. We've also still got Bernie here. That's why I wanted to unbox this, because I wanted to box for Bernie. Bernie is identical in size. He's only from 1992. So these two are very, apart from the base is wrong on Bernie. Like Bernie will probably fit this. Bernie looks a little bit better on there, if only that was blue. But you're not Bernie's base, you are that base. So there we go, really. Hope you've enjoyed this little bit of Numatic content. Please comment if you have any ideas about what I could do with this. Do need to have a look at these stickers, because I really want to keep that. That should glue up. This grill I can glue up and make better. I can just stick a bit of sacrificial plastic down the bottom to secure those teeth. Take out the dodgy screw. That needs to go in a bit properly, but it will do for now. So, thank you very much for watching, and I and Mr. Numatic will see you soon. Bye bye.